Deep in the heart of the rainforest, where shadows dance and secrets whisper, a predator roams, silent, deadly, and feared by all. The tiger, king of the jungle, is a creature of legend. But what if I told you there's a side to this majestic beast that no one dares to speak of? A side that defies every expectation, every story you've ever heard. One fateful day, a lone traveler ventured into the tiger's domain, armed with nothing but curiosity and courage. What followed was not a tale of survival, but an alliance so unexpected it would change the rainforest forever. This is not just a story of man and beast. This is the tiger's unexpected alliance. The rainforest is a world of its own, a place where life thrives in the most unexpected ways. Towering trees stretch toward the sky, their leaves forming a canopy that filters the sunlight into a kaleidoscope of greens. Beneath this natural roof, the air is thick with the sounds of chirping birds, rustling leaves, and the occasional roar of a predator. Among these predators, the tiger reigns supreme, with its piercing eyes, razor-sharp claws, and a roar that sends shivers down the spine. It is the undisputed king of the jungle. For centuries, the tiger has been both feared and revered, a symbol of power, mystery, and untamed wilderness. But the tiger's reign is not without challenges. The rainforest is a harsh and unforgiving place. Prey is scarce, and competition is fierce. Other predators, like leopards and wild dogs, constantly vie for dominance. And then there's the ever-present threat of humans, poachers who see the tiger's majestic coat as a prize, and loggers who destroy its habitat. Yet, despite these challenges, the tiger endures. It adapts, evolves, and continues to rule the rainforest with an iron paw. But there's more to this predator than meets the eye. Beneath its fearsome exterior lies a story of survival, resilience, and, as we'll soon discover, an unexpected alliance that defies all logic. The rainforest is not a place for the faint of heart. Its dense foliage and winding trails can easily disorient even the most experienced adventurers. Yet, for one man, the allure of the unknown was too strong to resist. His name was Elias, a traveler with a thirst for discovery. Armed with a worn-out map and a heart full of curiosity, he ventured deep into the rainforest, unaware of the fate that awaited him. The journey was grueling. Thorny vines snagged his clothes, the humid air clung to his skin, and the distant calls of unseen creatures sent chills down his spine. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the forest floor, Elias stumbled upon a clearing. It was a place of eerie beauty, a small pond surrounded by ancient trees, their roots twisting like serpents. And there, at the edge of the water, stood the tiger. For a moment, time seemed to stand still. Elias froze, his breath caught in his throat. The tiger's gaze locked onto his, its amber eyes glowing with an intensity that felt almost human. But instead of pouncing, the tiger did something unexpected. It tilted its head, as if studying him, and let out a low, rumbling growl. Elias, driven by a mix of fear and fascination, took a cautious step forward. The tiger didn't move. Another step, and still, the tiger remained still. It was as if some unspoken understanding had passed between them, a silent acknowledgement that this encounter was anything but ordinary. Little did Elias know, this was the beginning of an alliance that would defy the laws of nature and change the fate of the rainforest forever. The clearing was silent, save for the soft rustling of leaves and the occasional ripple in the pond. Elias stood frozen, his heart pounding in his chest. The tiger, still as a statue, watched him with an intensity that was both terrifying and mesmerizing. Slowly, Elias lowered himself to the ground, his movements deliberate and cautious. He reached into his pack and pulled out a piece of dried meat, a remnant of his last meal. Holding it out in his trembling hand, he whispered, "Hey, take it." The tiger's ears twitched, and its nostrils flared as it caught the scent of the food. For a moment, it seemed to consider the offering. Then, with a grace that belied its massive size, the tiger stepped forward. Its movements were slow and deliberate, each step a testament to its power and control. As the tiger approached, Elias felt a mix of fear and awe. This was a creature that could end his life in an instant, yet here it was, accepting his offering. The tiger's breath was warm against his hand as it took the meat, its rough tongue brushing against his skin. In that moment, something shifted. The tension in the air dissipated, replaced by a strange sense of camaraderie. Elias couldn't explain it, but he felt a connection to the tiger, a bond that transcended words. Over the next few days, Elias and the tiger formed an unlikely partnership. They hunted together, shared meals, and even slept under the same stars. The tiger, once a symbol of fear, became Elias's protector and guide. And Elias, in turn, became the tiger's companion, a human who saw beyond the predator's fearsome exterior. But this was no ordinary alliance. It was a bond forged in the heart of the rainforest, a testament to the power of trust and understanding. And as their journey continued, they would soon discover that their partnership was destined to change the fate of the rainforest forever. As the days turned into weeks, Elias and the tiger grew closer. Their bond deepened, and the rainforest seemed to embrace their alliance. But beneath the surface of their newfound friendship, a mystery loomed, one that would soon unravel in the most unexpected way. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the forest in a golden glow, Elias noticed something strange. The tiger's behavior had changed. It was restless, pacing back and forth, its amber eyes flickering with an emotion Elias couldn't quite place. "What's wrong?" Elias asked, his voice soft but filled with concern. The tiger stopped pacing and turned to face him. For a moment, it seemed as if the creature was trying to communicate something important. Then, without warning, it let out a low, mournful growl and began to walk deeper into the forest. Elias followed, his curiosity piqued. The tiger led him through dense undergrowth, across narrow streams, and finally to a hidden cave nestled at the base of a towering cliff. The entrance was obscured by vines, and the air inside was cool and damp. As Elias stepped inside, his eyes adjusted to the dim light. What he saw left him speechless. The walls of the cave were covered in ancient carvings, depictions of tigers, humans, and symbols he didn't recognize. But what truly shocked him was the sight of a small, frail tiger cub lying in the corner, its breathing shallow and labored. The tiger approached the cub and nuzzled it gently, its eyes filled with a mix of sorrow and desperation. It was then that Elias understood. This wasn't just any tiger. This was a mother, and the cub was her child. Elias knelt beside the cub, his heart aching. "I'll help you," he whispered, his voice firm with determination. But as he examined the cub, he noticed something else, a strange mark on its fur, a symbol that matched one of the carvings on the cave wall. It was a symbol of an ancient prophecy, one that spoke of a human and a tiger uniting to save the rainforest from a great threat. Elias's mind raced. Could this be the reason for their alliance? Was he destined to play a role in something far greater than he ever imagined? The cave was silent, save for the faint sound of the cub's labored breathing. Elias studied the carvings on the walls, his mind racing as he tried to piece together the ancient symbols. The prophecy spoke of a great threat, a force that would bring destruction to the rainforest unless a human and a tiger united to stop it. Elias turned to the mother tiger, her amber eyes filled with a mix of hope and desperation. "Is this why you brought me here?" he asked softly. The tiger let out a low growl, as if an affirmation. Determined to understand the prophecy, Elias began to decipher the carvings. The symbols told of a hidden artifact, a relic of immense power that could either save or doom the rainforest. It was said to be guarded by a series of trials, each designed to test the strength, courage, and bond of those who sought it. "We need to find this artifact," Elias said, his voice steady despite the weight of the task ahead. The tiger nodded, her gaze unwavering. Together, they left the cave and began their journey deeper into the rainforest. The path was treacherous, with dense foliage, steep cliffs, and rivers that seemed to stretch endlessly. But with each step, their bond grew stronger, their movements more synchronized. As they ventured further, they encountered the first trial, a raging river with no visible way to cross. The current was fierce and the water icy cold. Elias hesitated, but the tiger stepped forward, her eyes filled with determination. "We can do this," Elias said, more to himself than to the tiger. With the tiger leading the way, they braved the river, their combined strength and trust allowing them to reach the other side. It was a small victory, but it reinforced their belief in the prophecy and their ability to face whatever challenges lay ahead. As they continued their journey, Elias couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. The rainforest seemed alive, its whispers carrying a sense of urgency. The prophecy was unfolding, and with it, the fate of the rainforest hung in the balance. The journey had been long and arduous, but Elias and the tiger were now standing at the edge of the final trial, a massive, ancient tree that seemed to touch the heavens. Its roots twisted deep into the earth, and its branches stretched wide, casting an eerie shadow over the clearing. According to the prophecy, the artifact they sought was hidden within the heart of the tree. But to reach it, they would have to face their greatest challenge yet, a test of trust and sacrifice. Elias turned to the tiger, his voice steady but filled with emotion. "We've come this far because of our bond. Whatever happens next, we face it together." The tiger let out a low growl, her amber eyes reflecting the same determination. As they approached the tree, the ground beneath them began to tremble. Vines shot out from the earth, wrapping around Elias's legs and pulling him toward the tree's trunk. The tiger lunged forward, tearing at the vines with her powerful claws, but more vines emerged, binding her as well. Elias struggled against the vines, his mind racing. This wasn't just a physical trial, it was a test of their bond. He closed his eyes and focused on the connection he shared with the tiger. In that moment, he felt a surge of energy, a force that seemed to emanate from a unity. With a deep breath, Elias whispered, "Trust me." The tiger stopped struggling and looked at him, her gaze unwavering. As if in response, the vines began to loosen, retreating back into the earth. The tree's trunk split open, revealing a glowing artifact, a crystal that pulsed with a soft, golden light. Elias reached out and took the crystal, feeling its warmth spread through his body. He turned to the tiger, a smile breaking across his face. "We did it." But their victory was short-lived. The ground began to shake violently, and the trees started to collapse. Without hesitation, the tiger grabbed Elias by the back of his shirt and dragged him away from the falling debris. They ran as fast as they could, the forest seeming to close in around them. When they finally emerged into the sunlight, they turned back to see the tree had crumbled into dust, leaving behind a serene clearing. The artifact in Elias's hand glowed brighter, and he felt a sense of peace wash over him. The prophecy had been fulfilled. The rainforest was safe, and the bond between Elias and the tiger had proven to be its salvation. As they stood together, Elias looked at the tiger and said, "Thank you. I couldn't have done this without you." The tiger let out a soft growl, her eyes filled with something that looked like gratitude. In that moment, Elias knew their journey was far from over, but whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together. The rainforest thrived, its beauty and balance restored. Elias and the tiger became legends, their story passed down through generations. And though their paths eventually diverged, the bond they shared remained unbroken, a testament to the power of trust, courage, and unity.